Hey everybody, been on a little break here. Went down to Orlando, Florida with Mrs. ECP, and I did all my swarm checks on my hives before I left. Took me a great deal of time to check all hives and nukes both, just to see how they were doing. But now I'm back, and now I've spent all morning going through making sure I've got foundations and drawn comb all in this one big stack. And as you can see, there's a lot of new frames I made. There's some drawn comb here too I found that was hidden back in the back. But got about 5 mediums, a couple deeps worth. I've also got my new 10 frame boxes I got from the Hive Life conference. So those are going to be set up for my nukes there. I've got deeps and mediums there, and as you can see over here, I've got a couple boxes that came in from Dayton and others, some other stuff. So hey, we're going out to the farm, and I'm going to tell you one thing I've learned with beekeeping. There's even more boxes back here. You see here and back over there. Is getting organized is crucial and key to beekeeping. So if you're not organized, it's pretty tough. But I'll show you here what I've got loaded up in the truck here. Okay, so we've had rain all morning, so it's humid out here. Here's my new bee box. I say my bee preparation box. It's got all my, let's see if I can get that, all of my jackets, in case somebody's working with me, my hive tools. I've got a bunch of stuff back in here. Everything that I need is basically in this tote now. I won't go through all of it, but obviously almost anything and everything from queen cages. Over here I've got some pollen patties. These are the globals that I ordered, giving those to the nukes. And I've got sugar water here for the nukes too. Some in-frame feeders I'm going to use for those also. But hey, we'll get out here to the farm. I don't know how much I'll get to film. I got a lot of work ahead of me to stay ahead of these bees and play catch up, but I may just post this video here. But hey, thanks for watching. If you don't mind, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Give me a comment. Let me know how you're doing with swarm control. It tis the season, my friends. Thank you. Okay, we're out here on the farm and noticed something right away. The crimson clover that I just planted about 3-4 weeks ago is blooming. And the honeybees are actually working it too. Never had this kind of clover planted before, but you can see the bees are working it, and it's the first time for me, so pretty neat. Carniolan are loving it. I hear a lot of buzz going on. Italian bees love it. We're between rain, and they got something close and easy to get to, so pretty neat. Have you ever tried planting any crimson clover? Because it seems to be in my old cow pasture all the rage right now, and you can see behind it's going to be a lot of white clover there too, but all this is planted in crimson clover right through here, through the richest part of the ground, for an early bloom, for spring bloom. And this stuff's not even fully matured yet, just starting to bloom. Now I'm not sure what this yellow flower is, but I just saw the bees are working it. Of course, I've planted a lot of different things out here in the past 2 years, and I'm sure this is a flower I planted before that might be a seasonal or maybe a biennial, but let me know what you all think that is right there in the comments. Bees are working the crimson clover right now like crazy, but I've also saw some of these bees working this yellow flower. You can see right in the mix too. They're actually hitting both of them. But this is pretty neat. But I tell you what, the deer are munching away too. I can't believe how much the deer are eating. But I guess they got to eat too. Stay tuned. We're going to get into some hives here in a minute. Now here's kind of a funny one. You know, everybody says bees love salt. Well, this is the salt blocks the boys had out, left over from the cattle for the deer. Look at the honeybees over here on the salt block in the pasture. And I'm telling you what, the warmer it's getting since we had that break in the rain, more and more these bees are coming out right here and getting on this crimson clover right now. Look at them after this salt block. And we do have some of the white clover just starting to bloom too. See a few bees on it also. Here's a nice little patch just starting to come up. And I've seen several bees already starting to hit a little bit of the white clover. I know it's early for the white clover for us, but I planted several different types of white clover. The Dutch clover, the Acelix, you name it. I think the Acelix, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, is supposed to be the really good one for bees. They're just fun to watch. They're loving this crimson clover. You better hurry up before the deer get it. And this stuff is just starting to bloom. It's not even full grown yet. They got a lot more bloom to produce on this crimson clover. Like I said, it's just started blooming last couple days. Got a lot more bloom still to produce. Of course, it's just trying to stay ahead of the deer. I can see where the deer have been eating on it a lot. Bees all around me here, flying circles, doing orientation flights. These splits from last year, the young hives, are booming. They're quickly turning into nice production hives. I got to stay ahead of them so they don't swarm, and that's exactly what we're here today. It's day 7, time for swarm cell checks. Wow, you gotta love the spring flow. All the new bees doing their orientation flights. They're bringing in bags and bags of pollen. Looks like they're going to need another box right here. Stay tuned. This one was a swarm catch last year. Don't know the type of bees, but it's a dark bee. Doesn't necessarily look like my Carniolan, but maybe you can take a guess at what kind of bees these are on this swarm catch. My son did have some neighbors nearby that have bees down the road a ways, and maybe we caught one of their swarms. But man, they're workers. Here's one of my splits we're going to get into. This is a split from last week, just a week ago, and you can see they're already got the foragers out and they're working hard. It's like there's a spider there on the bottom rim trying to jump up there and grab him a bee. He might get what he needs right there. They may get him too. But yep, there's another split right there. A weird looking spider. Yep, our field is full of bees. These are the splits. They got pollen coming in. They got nectar. 6 of them right here. We got our production hives up on the hill, and man, are they busy. Lots and lots of orientation flights going on here between the rains. We got a lot of rain today, so I'm having to try and work in between the rainstorms because the weekend is the best time I can work honeybees. Here's a view of the backside. Those Pro Nukes Generation 2. I'm getting ready to feed everybody. Hope they're hungry. Looks like they're getting plenty brought in on their own. Next week these may need to go into some 8-frame deeps. I usually switch them over pretty quick because I run a 8-frame deep on a lot of my hives, and I have got numerous 10-frame hives, Mike Berry. Going to start on to this year too, so it's going to be fun mixing and matching equipment. Yes, I should have started with 10 to start with, but lesson learned. Okay, the production hives, man, they're going at it. Lots of orientation flights on the end. Well, actually, on all but the second from the left. I think we had a swarm on it. But all these have got new bees. We've been trying to stay ahead of swarm control every 7 days, 6-7 days, like clockwork. See if we can get as much honey as we can, but these things are busy. Look at the amount of bees working like crazy. New young bees doing orientation flights and got honey. Hopefully I can show you the inside of some hives here today. Okay, we're getting ready to do some hive checks here. We're going to check these nukes first. You'll see right here. Just want to tell you, and I want to check these young hives because they were the latest ones I checked. But we're going to check all these. Let me see if I can reverse the camera here. You've seen the nukes already. You don't need to go there. But yeah, let you see me here all suited up. Got my cheater glasses so I can see eggs. And we got about 8 hives to check and 8 splits or nukes. So hey, I'll see if I got a chance to bring you along for a couple of peeks. Okay, YouTube, this is a split I did 4 or 5 days ago. Swarm cell split. Swarm cells still haven't hatched. Lots of brood, lots of honey and nectar, plenty of pollen coming in. It seems that the foraging bees have stayed too. That or they had recent bees that were just about ready to graduate to foragers. But they're looking good. 2 swarm cells there. These are swarm cell splits, 5-frame split. I was going to give them something to eat, but man, they're packed with resources. So let's see if they go ahead and hatch out a new queen here. Give them another week or 2, and then probably be moving this into an 8-frame box. So I told you I'd let you get into a hive with me. Okay, YouTube, I'm into one of my first hive checks here. I've already cut, as you can see, all the queen cups. Nothing was charged. We've given them more space, gotten rid of any of the crazy comb here, but so far no early signs of swarms, not too much drone brood. This hive's looking good, and it is on 2 deeps and a medium, and they are filling them medium super, so maybe this one will get into the flow good enough it'll not try to swarm on us. So, love the new smoker. Got the big dog, much easier to keep lit, last a lot longer, and you can see these are a good 6 frames of bees, and they're working on the outsides, and then working on the top Illinois medium super too now. So they're filling it up. So I checkerboarded it a little bit. It's right over here. So yeah, this one's doing real good. This is the swarm hive that we caught last year out at my son's house. All right, see if we get time to show you another one. Okay, YouTube, same thing as 6 weeks ago. Same exact hive. Man, we're doing everything we can to stop the swarm tendencies, but it looks like we got some charged cells, and we're going to be doing some cutting and some checking, trying to stay ahead of this swarm tendency. Yep, look right there, charged and ready to go. These girls are wanting to swarm. Okay, YouTube, I sit down and took a break. This middle hive wore me out. It had charged cups, it had drawn out swarm cells. However, it was not capped. Still appears the queen's there. As you can see, I added another deep box. I pulled a couple frames up. I'm trying to stop this swarm tendency out of this hive. This is last year's New World Carney Strachan apiaries. It started slow this spring and now it came on like gangbusters. That top super is almost full. The outside frames are full of honey being capped. I guess this autumn olive flow has really put the bees into overdrive and into swarm mode. And one of those boogers, I went without my gloves, was doing good, got into the last bottom box, saw those drawn out cells and got me right on the thumb. So if you see me hitchhiking, I'm not hitchhiking. I'm just holding out ECP's stung thumb. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I'm gonna try and get in this last box and then check some more tomorrow morning. But I'm pretty tuckered out, man. 8 nuke checks, 3 production hive checks, 5 more tomorrow. ECP saying thanks for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button. ECP over and out. Take care, guys. Hope you're having a great weekend.